Стоп, а где она? А, вот я вижу. Почему вампиры за маскарад? Или какую-то другую игру хотел постримить? Эмулятор бокса? Это что ж за игра такая? Да супер. А, кстати, о вампирах. Короче, в Metal Gear есть персонаж по имени Вамп. Он носится как вампир. Сейчас. Так. По новой заходить, да? И видим. Нет, не помню на самом деле. Я помню, последний раз был какой-то психопат, который изучал тебя. Потом ты отправился выполнять какие-то миссии в других районах. Угу. Слушай, у тебя что-то глючит видео.
Get the fuck out of here! Ah, it seems that these final nights has brought us together once again. I see you've begun to embrace the beast within you. I smell the sweetest blood of my brethren upon your very hands. But enough with the pleasantries. Witness the power of my flesh transformed into the vessel of your destruction. Farewell, young Cainite.
Вообще наглый такой. Я покажу тебе могу, сказал, автомат и давай стымать. У вас есть самое сильное оружие в игре? Это у тебя FPS проседает, что ли? А, подожди, это и... Ну вот не выдерживает. Ты, надеюсь, сохранился? Почему у меня видео начало показывать с самого начала? Я так не понял. А, вот. Канализации. Теперь ищи 4 черепах. Они за тобой в канализацию полезли? Крутые. Че ты за ним топаешь, я не пойму. Пригоришь такой патрулирует, блин, канализацию, чтобы крокодилов тут не было. Когда you under arrest. Мужик в канализации в очках. пистолетом. Еще и полицейский. Прям какой-то Сильвестр Сталлоне, блин. Знавал я одного полицейского из спецподразделения в очках. Недооценивай Киншира. Киншира было пофигу, когда на него гигантский дом падал. Он просто сквозь этот дом пошел. Ну чё ты пристал к полицейскому? Пусть он вытащи его отсюда. А то он в этих очках, по-моему, ничего не видит. Ну так вот. Ну так вот, знавал я одного копа, тоже в очках любил ходить. Из спецподразделения. Мы с ним короче, к особняку какому-то. В этом особняке в этом особняке было много интересных тайн и загадок. В итоге этот гондон, оказывается, предал меня. Слушай, чё ты к нему пристал? Оставьте его в покое. Он патрулирует канализацию. Чё ты не понимаешь? Ты его сейчас застрелишь, что ли? Сказал человек, который достал револьвер.
What's the hops, bro?
Так я так и не дорассказал про вампа. Короче, да, пьет кровь, режет всех кинжалами и тому подобное. В него стреляют, ему пофигу. Ему в лоб попали, ему пофигу. Короче, как настоящий вампир. Вот главный герой наш Райден спрашивает. Так и поэтому его вампом называют. Так, что ему отвечают? Вампом? Не, вампом его называют, потому что он бисексуал. Ну, ты что, не улавливаешь связь? Все вампиры, все языки. Ну, вамп, короче, как утверждается, Он был любовником какого-то мужика. Ну, да нормально, он все равно злодей, которого надо будет убить. Я-то играю за натурала. Ну, как бы у него девушка там есть. Ну, ну да. Ну, а связи главного героя с мужиками еще не было. Не видели. Не показывали. Да, я не уверен. Хотя английских шуток в Metal Gear были.
Master?
Тебе, по-моему, вообще по основному сюжету надо с Квейджи с этой разобраться.
Where to? Now is not
Yes,
the time
what
to
is it?
bring this up, dear. We're just going to go inside and act like there's absolutely nothing wrong.
It is. Are you family? Then perhaps I'll see you inside. Didn't forget your invitation, did you?
Well, I'm sure they'll let you inside if you just explain your situation to the man at the front door. Of course. Who are you? For all they know, we are the happiest couple in the place. Just keep it under 2 glasses of wine. Do you think you can do that, Maria?
You have invitation. No invitation, can't go in. Apologies.
Yeah, what is it? Giovanni? Oh yeah, here's the place. I haven't met you before. You family member, family? Is that right? Hell of a family to be born into. You're married into your. You have an invitation. Oh, you lost it! I lose things all the time. Did I just say I have an invitation? If I did, yeah, I got an invitation. My husband, he's a big, tough guy. So you can
Yes, what is it? She'll be fine after I get a pot of coffee in her. Well, she did pretty much cause the last function to come to a screeching halt. That woman has the self-control of a pubescent chimpanzee. Come on, Maria, we're going home.
You have invitation. Please have a wonderful time.
Да, тут. Только у меня смысл, что я шум. А, вот, все, это
Might as well be a costume party. Everyone's smiling, pretending this isn't a pageant put on by the patriarch of this family. Fine. But this is a contest, and I came to win. If you don't even know about the contest, then you really don't have to worry about winning it. Mira Giovanni. They gather us up here to decide just who's the best and brightest of this generation is. The lucky few are given the real power in this family. But some of us need to win more than others. Oh, forget it. You wouldn't understand. Uncle Bruno. Since I was a kid, he's been the patriarch of this family. Except he hasn't aged a day. I met with a senator from Massachusetts who asked me if I was related to Bruno Giovanni. Said Uncle Bruno helped him with his first campaign back in 1950. We've all heard the rumors. The core of our family, they never age. They're secretive. Whispers of blood magic and a kiss. Whatever it is, they pick the very best of us for it. I'd do anything to be picked. I've made some errors in judgment, but I've lobbied hard for this family's interests. What? Forget it. I'm not saying anything about that. I just met you. I like you, but I can't tell anyone. It's too personal. Sometimes you do things you regret. And if someone here found out, they'd use it to destroy my chances at the family ever letting me into their inner circle. You couldn't possibly understand.
Господи, боже мой. Первый вариант просто убийца. Да, давай выбери первый.
You know, why don't we just forget this conversation altogether? I've had a little too much to drink, and I've said more than I wanted to. Yes?
Hey there, Adam Dunsern. I don't think we've met. You are? Maria, pleasure to meet you. What line of work are you in?
Гонщик экспонат. Откуда вы берете такие варианты?
Myself, I'm an investment banker. Great business, lot of potential. For example, I got the inside track on this company right now. And let me tell you, when this company goes public, everyone's going to wish they had a piece of it. Well, I know somebody at the company, and that's what they call insider trading. I could lose my job for that. Well, it's a biotech firm. You know, they're working on growing replacement organs. Really fascinating technology. In a couple of years, I'd bet everyone will be going to them for parts. I figure an investment of $50,000 could be easily tripled in 5 years. You take risks in this game. Sometimes you make $1 million, sometimes you lose $1 million. The economy changes. It's had problems lately, but it's bound to rocket back any week now. Most people here, they've got cash they don't know what to do with. And if one of us falls on hard times, don't you think as family, they're obligated to help him out? Besides, I get the kiss tonight. Everyone will be investing with me. In fact, If I could ensure my place at the grown-ups table by, say, drawing some attention away from my financial shortcomings, I'd be guaranteed the kiss. Know any dirt about the others I could use? I can't pay you, but I got this watch and this ring.
Family events. How many more of these do we have to attend before we're taken seriously? Honestly. They're pitting us against our own flesh and blood for the privilege of joining the power clique. All you hear is, what have you done? How much did you make? Who do you know? You can't tell anyone anything, because they might use it against you. The heart says now, but the businessman in me tells me to smear them into the ground. I guess I would. And I know they'd probably do the same. Yeah, I guess I would. I don't even know who you are. I'm Chris Giovanni, by the way. Call me paranoid, but how do I know I can trust you? You go first. If it's anything like mine, I'll tell you what's bothering me.
Мокрыми делами?
Really? In this family, that kind of thing can get you excommunicated if you're not careful. Well, all right. You want to know what's on my mind? I'll tell you. I found out a few months ago my mother had an affair before I was born. Turns out my father wasn't Giovanni at all. My real father was supposed to be Michael Avalon. If anyone found out,
Yes? Adam broke. A few years ago they did an article on it in the business section. Money's practically more important than God to this family. I'll make sure Uncle Bruno somehow overhears this. Take this. It's more than Adam's worth. Aunt Cecilia had an affair. If Chris isn't really Giovanni, it won't sit well at all with Bruno. So sorry, cousin. Here, these bills represent Chris's entire future. Spend them wisely. For your assistance, you can be certain that, when I have my way, I'll bring you into the fold. If you wish. All I have to do is set the rumor mill in motion, and I'm as good as in. Excuse me.
Кто говорил? Насчет чего? Я говорил, что они все тут злые.
Gutsy. Fati gutsy toy.
Sorry, you can't come in here right now.
Hi. I don't think we've met before. Nadia Milliner. It's a pleasure to meet you, Maria. Are you from the Chicago Rossellini's? Oh, I'm from back east myself. I'm working on my master's out here, though. The Giovannis have been nice enough to let me stay here while I finish up my studies. I've learned a great deal from them, as you wouldn't believe. I really can't say much about that. There's something I want to show you, but you absolutely can't tell anyone, even other people here, okay? Follow me. Come on. Come on.
Почему мне это напоминает «Принц Персии»? Ага.
You know what they do in this room?
Не поняла. А мне показалось, что вот эти вот, которые в альянсе, то когда были
Хрена себе картошка. Подожди, вот четвертый чар на лежании, как викингов. Блядь. Четвертый, конечно, самый опасный. Давай, четвертый.
I shouldn't do this, but why don't I show you? Gets pretty weird from here. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, and be ready to run. You'll understand when it happens. Follow me.
Это, дайте, пожалуйста, сигарету и зажигалку.
They don't usually attack. Just don't provoke them.
А? Блин, а? А зажигал?
What's happening? They're coming to get us. Gosh, we have to get out.
Они из них зомби делают. Так вот что зомби делают. Делаешь. Во всем виноват Альберт Вескер. Он полицейский, в очках. Он и не был Альбертом Вескером. Я все, я разгадал эту игру. Это Resident Evil. Провально. Хрена себе он тебя покушал. Да, зомби они такие. Зомби на самом деле очень могучие существа. Как ни странно. Господи, боже. Ну, шум у них там. Идолом. В жопу двери. Не пройдем. Блин, какие же они страшные, эти Джованни, блин. Из людей зомбарить, это охренеть.
Kindred, your presence here violates the agreement between our leaders. Leave now, or face the consequences of your actions. There is an alliance between your leader LaCroix and Mistress Ming Zhao. You violate the agreement. If you do not leave, we are not responsible for your death. We'll give you one more chance to leave this place and keep your life. You will go? The time for decisions has passed. The Chang brothers accepted your life graciously.
Брат, брат, Это ты так орешь, что ли, громко и страшно? Слушай, они сияют точно так же, как тот продавец. Они сияют точно так же, как тот загадочный продавец. Такие что ли, блин? Они используют свою чи, блин? Весь умер в такой балетной позе. Подожди. Бабушка напугала нас. Я думал, что дом сгорел. А, кстати, я так и не узнал, кто такой Корнилов. Ты пока расставляешь... Дай-ка я посмотрю, пока не забыл опять. Ну, я это и собираюсь сейчас быстренько сделать. Книга Шеридан Фаню. Это она? — 1871 года. Понятно. Ничего интересного. Да. Давай, изучай книги, читай и...
My Wunderkind returns.
А с
In
тем
my
мужиком можно
entire
подраться
court, I knew there
рядом,
was
который?
only one who could have succeeded in this task. Finally, the Ankaran sarcophagus.
Он мне напоминает на тирана из Resident
I've
Evil
granted
2.
Beckett's request to study and document all the markings of the sarcophagus. You've met Beckett, haven't you? Let's go take a look inside and see what the commotion around the city has really been all about.
Третий вариант.
What? Preposterous. No kindred would trust them, nor would they trust us. Did Jack tell you that? Because it sounds like you've been taken for a fool. And you believed them. They've been trying to take over LA for years. It's a ruse, a falsehood, spread to undermine my rule and turn kindred against each other, thin our ranks. They are duplicitous, evil creatures. Did they not try to kill you? Insurance. They lied to you in case you lived through the encounter. They hoped to create dissension in the ranks, rumors. It's a trick older than you or I. What have you assessed so far?
Unfortunately for the Heralds of Doom, it appears we won't be opening Pandora's box. The markings, as far as I can tell, are of Assyrian origin. An extraordinary piece, but nothing earth-shattering.
I see. Then there is no good reason why we shouldn't open it. Won't budge. Beckett, do you see any mechanism for the lid?
I haven't as yet had a chance to pore over it with my fine-tooth comb. I think I have one in my bag.
Why won't it open, Beckett? And you, I thought you said it looked as if it had been opened on the Dane. I want it open! You and Beckett, figure out a way to open it. I need to know what's inside. I have other matters to attend to. Come get me when a solution has been found.
Ah, the depths to which I'll sink to prove others wrong. The young ones get so temperamental. Fortunately for Sebastian, is it? I'd already made up my mind to open the sarcophagus, if only to show the city that Gehenna, contrary to popular belief, has not begun. In the last few seconds, I've had very few epiphanies. I may be old, but I didn't build it. How knowledgeable are you on ancient Assyrian funerary constructs? Impressive. Maybe you'll let me borrow your library card. But honestly, even my own archaeological experience is of no assistance here. Fortunately for us, I know of someone who has distinguished himself in this field. His name is Dr. Anders Johansen, a professor of archaeology from Norway. He was the one responsible for finding the sarcophagus, and as far as I know, the only authority on its origin and design. Until yesterday, he could have been found in his suite at the Empire Hotel downtown. But when I stopped by earlier this evening, all I found was spilt coffee on a morning paper. Appears he's been abducted. I detected the scent of myrrh incense, which is usually burned in monasteries. Also, I found beach sand and part of a muddy footprint. Putting two and two together, I located a monastery near a beach in Malibu, where I believe hunters are holding Johansson captive. Actually, there were 2 hunters on the roof of the building opposite the hotel who were positively delighted to tell me everything they knew, provided I stopped dangling them head first over the side. The hunters abducted Dr. Johansson for his own protection, or at least that's how they've justified it. He's being held by the Society of Leopold and used, quite ingeniously, as bait for Prince LaCroix's minions.
Чего? А давай, почему бы и нет? Да, блин, третий вариант просто огонь.
Sebastian mentioned you ran into one of the hunters from the Society of Leopold some time ago. They're so secret a church organization, I don't even think they know if they exist. But essentially, they're murderers for Christ, or some such deity.
Да давай, второй. Да давай выбери, я хочу послушать, что он ответит.
Danger to curry favor with the local magistrate of the hour. But actually, that's exactly it. I'd rather not get involved in the politics of it. Besides, I'd better document the sarcophagus before Sebastian's goon smashes it open. You'll have to go to the monastery and find a way into the tunnels beneath, where the hunters are holding Johansson. I'm afraid I can't accompany you, but then it's best you go alone. Too many of us might set them off, like fundamentalists on contrary opinion. I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake. Excellent. The Society, for the most part, knows very little about us. But they do know how to kill and torture us. And
Ой, ладно, уже топай.
Also, some of them exhibit powers that can make them quite formidable. Best not to announce yourself. I've said quite a lot about myself already. I know even less about you than you do me. Why don't you tell me about yourself? Then I'll let you in on a little
Третий
secret.
вариант, конечно.
Beckett may not be the name I was born with. Events always seem to unfold wherever I go, like Chicago a few years ago. Oh, it's a bother to explain. Either I'm pursuing fate, or it's got a bone to pick with me. Unless you've got further questions, I'd really like to get back to looking at the sarcophagus.
Ну. Из какой еще вселенной? А. Ну. Ясненько.
Did you find a way to open the sarcophagus? I can't have my protege looking plebeian, can I? You'll find I can be very generous towards those who serve me well. Point made. Which is... Traditionally, the Kuei Jin have stayed in Asian territory, and the kindred Europe, and later North America. But recently, they invaded the West Coast, killing off a substantial number of anarchs. They lack the organization of the Camarilla, and think nothing of breaking the masquerade. Though we share similar traits, there is no fraternity between us. We embrace. They rise from the grave. They do not know the pleasure of blood. They are without clan. And oh yes, they believe our kind to be inferior. They are as much of a threat as the wolves. Werewolves. I can still recall a time when cities were surrounded by miles of forests full of the beasts.
Какие еще волки?
But progress has taken care of that problem. Which is... If you didn't take the time to ask, perhaps we'd know by now. As I mentioned before, my concern is that it pertains something supernatural. Though Beckett has waived this theory altogether. The city is alight with dread. Perhaps it's an antediluvian. A joke? The antediluvians are the mythical progenitors of each of the clans for whom they trace their bloodlines, and according to mythology, descendants of Cain, the legendary first vampire. As in the biblical Cain and Abel? Before you put too much stock in it, realize that the church and all of its mythos are blends of kindred and mortal meddling. whips to regulate weak minds. This is all Beckett's field of expertise. If you want a lesson, merely ask him. Which is...
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly, Sebastian. Remember, Dr. Johansson is an innocent. He has no idea we actually exist. Try not to put the idea in his head.
Почему? Ты устал? Сейчас только 12 часов ночи спать. Блин, а завтра я не знаю, смогу, не смогу. Блин, так интересно. Уже почти конец игры.